Hi, recently I posted a couple videos on YouTube and I had a few friends say, wouldn't it be nice if you could kind of explain how you came up with those arrangements and sort of do them slower? So I'm going to work through the song called Desafinado and talk about how I came up with this arrangement. Also, please know that if you want, there's a link below. If you go to my website, the sheet music with tabs is available there. So here it is. This is Desafinado. Love this tune by Antonio Carlos Jobim. And I start right in on it. No intro, just playing the melody rubato. It's in the key of F. So I come, well, the song normally goes, for a long time it's on F. So it's all F, then it goes to the G7 flat 5. So I wanted a little bit of movement in there. So I went from F major, D minor, that's a G flat major 7, sliding into F major 7. So, and then I just keep the idea of the bass line heading downward. So I'm going F, down to D, and then it's going to go chromatically down against the melody. So that's, well, I went to B half diminished, B flat minor 7, A minor 11, then A flat 13 to an A flat sus, and then finally at the last minute I get the G7 flat 5 and I throw in an E, open E there too, to get the 13. So again, that makes sense. Next is G minor. The tune regularly goes G minor to C7, down to A half diminished to D7, sort of a 2, 5, 3, 6. But I walk it up. So G minor, up. And I go. Okay, so that's G minor walking up to a B flat major by way of A minor. Then B diminished, C sus, C7, B7 for the 9, B flat 7, A half diminished is going to be, and there's a little bit of an A7 in there right leading into the D. So again. I'm sorry. Yeah, and so the idea there is, a lot of times just I go with this idea of the bass line wanting to walk up and then filling in what kind of chord colors. So it's the bass line walking up, and now it's walking down from C. The next big change is A half diminished, so it's getting there again chromatically, sort of moving around with always keeping the melody in the loop. Then the next change goes, it generally goes G minor, G minor 7 over F to E half diminished to A7 to D7. So I get there by going, yes. So I go G minor 11, this is a D7 sharp 5 flat 9, G minor 9 over F. So that's just a way to walk it down now. To get to E half diminished, I'm getting there chromatically. Then E half diminished, this would be E half diminished sort of over B flat, A7, and then the tritone of A7 is an E flat 9th, then the D7. So that whole move. Then the D7, hang in there with a flat 9, little bass walk down, G7 flat 9, then G flat major 7, and at the last minute on the G flat major 7 I get, I make it into a G flat 7 flat 5. Now the second A of the tune, what I do instead of the bass going down, I now have the bass going up. and I go F major 7, G minor 6, and I love that voicing. So I go G, F major 7, G minor 6, F over A, C over B flat. So again, now my bass line is moving upwards, kind of in a chromatic fashion, or scale-wise and chromatic. B half diminished, C7 flat 9, D flat 7 sharp 9. So, and then this next chord, they're called major 7 sharp 5 chords. Pretty interesting sound, pretty out there, but I use that. And that's in substitution for the G7 flat 5, and it's a pretty big stretch, pretty different color. And then what I do at the last minute is I come into a D minor 6, major 7 with a 9, which really, if you put a G on the bass, it would be a G7 flat 5. It's just almost the same chord change we had before, but I'm just keeping the bass on D, and then I walk into that. So that whole move. Then I'm on my G minor, and this next move is exactly the same for a while that it happened on the first day. That's all the same. Then instead of going to this A half diminished, I go up to the follow the melody. I go to this A half diminished 11, and the melody at this point is chromatic, and the big changes is A half diminished to D7, and I'm getting there by going. And so that's a chromatic move. Now that could be called G half diminished, but I'm still using it over the A bass, and so it becomes an A7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Yes. And then I do a tritone substitution because the next change is going to be D7 sharp 9 sharp 5. So I do it get there by way of an E flat 7 sharp 9 sharp 5. So that whole move. And then I go up to it. That's a F sharp diminished, but it's also I'm really viewing it as a D7 flat 9, and then I just go to a regular D7 there, and that move is kind of neat. If you leave that finger planted, it's a good thing. It makes that move a little kind of quicker. So that whole move goes. Now, I pretty much just follow the way the song normally goes here. It's G minor 11, B flat, and that B flat minor has a major 7 in the melody. So on the lower part of the chord, when I bar it, I don't hit the flat 7. I just those 3 notes. Then it's A minor, A flat diminished. And at the last minute, I do a little walk up because we're leading to A major now. So now this is A major. This is where the tune changes feel and changes key centers. A sharp diminished. I'm sorry. B minor 11. How do I do that? Yeah, and I voice the B minor 11 with an open B and an E string. And then I do an E7. It's like a sharp 5 and, yeah, sharp 5. Back to A major. Now this time it's going to go, the big change is A major 7 to F sharp 7 to B minor 7 to E7, 1, 6, 2, 5, and I'm getting to that F sharp 7 chromatically. So I go. So I'll do that again. A major 7, A flat plus 7, G13. F sharp 7, and a tritone substitution of that, C9, then B minor 11, then B flat 7, flat 9, B flat 7, 9, sharp 11, again, this, the big change would be, we're going to change keys again. The big change really is A major 7, F sharp minor 7, kind of a walk down diatonically to D, and then a 2-5 to C major. So I get it thereby. And there we are at C. So I get there by going A major 7, kind of an E over at G sharp, G13 with a 9, then F sharp. If you notice, the bass line is just going chromatically down. F sharp minor 7, F major 7, A over E, E flat major 7, D major 7, F over G, and then this is a D flat over G to a B over G, and that's a stretch. It should usually just be a G7, but I like that idea of that resolving. So it's major 7 sharp 5, major 7 sharp 5 chords can sort of act like dominant 7 sharp 5 chords, and then I'm at C. So that again. Now I'm on C major 7, and the big change here would be C major 7, A7, D minor, G, and I get there by going again chromatically. I'll do that slow. So C major 7, B7, B flat 13, A7 sharp 5, D minor 11, walk down to a G7, and then here I'm heading to E half diminished, but I get there by way of an F13, F7 flat 5. So first the F7 13 9. F7 flat 5, then I'm in an E half diminished. So I get there again once. E half diminished. Then I'm going to get chromatically down. Now this part of the tune, normally I never have found chords that I liked, so I made up my own here. And my move is E half diminished, and I'm going to walk down, and normally I walk to a D flat 7, then to a C7, and then that gets me back to F. And I like the way this is, it's a chromatic bass line heading downwards. So I add a little, I've lately been adding this other thing at the very end. So I'm in E half diminished, E flat 7, D7, then I add this little dotted quarter thing. So instead, if it was simpler, it would go. Just a D flat 7, flat 5 to a C13. But I've been adding this little sort of cycle. So D flat 7, and notice my melody is kind of heading up chromatically against these bass lines, bass movements. D flat 7, 9, G flat 13, G minor 9, A flat minor 9, D flat 7, and finally it would be a C7, but in all reality when I'm playing it at tempo, all I have time is for that octave. But it gives the impression. So again, I like that. All right, then I'm on the last A, and rather than harmonize the last A in the same way, now I'm going to head chromatically down, kind of a new harmonization for that first part of it. And if you follow the bass line, it's moving chromatically down. So I go. Okay, let's follow that. So it's F major, E7, E flat 7, flat 9, D7 sharp 9, D flat 7 sharp 9, C ninth, B ninth, B flat major 7, A plus 7. Then I'm going down half steps, A flat 13 to G7. So I like that. Sorry. Kind of a stretch, but I think it works. The next part is like we did in the first A. And this is like we did in the second A. All the same. So all of that's repeated material. Now what I did is, the next part of the song, I just decided to make it into 3/4 for a little bit. And I follow the melody down with these chord changes. And if you follow the bass line, it's going chromatically all the way down. So I go. There it is. Yeah. All right, so what did I do? G minor 11. This is again that D7 sharp 9 sharp 5 over F sharp. That's G minor 9 over B flat. So my bass line's moving down. E half diminished. Then I go E flat minor 6. So I don't go completely chromatically, I see. Then I go D flat diminished, C minor 6, B flat minor 6, A minor 7, A flat diminished, G minor 7, F major, E7 sharp 9. I like that. Oh, and I go ba. Right there on that E7 sharp 9 is where I turn it back into 4/4. So I'm going to come in, give that to you one more time. Go. That's a handful, but I really like it. And then I'm now coming back to the regular part of the song. I get there, the next chord change is a G7, and I get there by, I was on the E7, so now I'm moving chromatically up to G by way of F13, G flat 7, G7. So I'm and then I do a little answer. I like that change. That's a G7. I just discovered that, and I'm sure it's been around forever, but I just found it. It's a G7, but what you have is a B flat in there, rubbing against the B, open B string, so you get that sharp 9 kind of funky sound. Okay, and then the change normally would go B flat minor 7 to E flat 7, but I get there by way of a chromatic move. So okay, and I get there by A flat 13, A flat plus 7, then the B flat minor to an E flat 7. So a little bit bass walk down. And then here I just do these bass notes against the melody. If I was moving slow and could fill out those chords, they would be this. So that's a D flat 7 flat 9 to a C7, and then to a B half diminished. But because of the way that the song is moving at that point, it's moving so quickly, I just get bass notes in. And then this is the last part of it. B half diminished, B flat minor 6, A minor 7 sharp 5 or F over A flat 13, G13 with a 9, G flat major 7, F major 7. I like that move. And the idea again is the melody stays intact, but the bass movement moves down in chromatic fashion. Yeah. And then the song normally stays on an F major 7 chord and would do a 2/5, but I set up this sort of little vamp there. A flat 13, D flat major 7, C7 sharp 9, sharp 5, sharp 11. Sorry. So that twice. The third time, I go F minor, B flat 7, up a minor third, up a whole step, up a minor third, and then resolve it to a G minor 9, 11, and then a G flat 9, sharp 11. And that gets me back to F minor, or F. So. Then the song would normally go to F major 7 and you would play the chord changes, but what I did is set up a vamp, and I used this kind of interesting F minor chord. And it looks kind of like a normal F minor, but because I arch my fingers and let the open G string happen, I get it like an F minor with a 9. And then my B flat 7, instead of it being kind of like this, I guess, again, I let the open G string, and it's got a nice rub against there. So I get. So that's what I set up a vamp on the looper and played a solo on that part. After I did that, I made my way to the bridge of the song. So I was soloing, and then I played a B minor 7, E sus, and then then I'm back into the song. Play the whole song through. From there, that's the bridged out, and then when I get to the very end, then I set up this little phrase that I heard Jobim play on a song called Izara. I think it was Jobim, and it's an exit that they used, and it goes like this. And then instead of arriving at F major, I arrive in F sus. Then I'm back into this little lick. B flat major 7, 6. At the last minute, minor 6, so. A minor 7, D7, G minor, G7, C7, C minor 7, F7, B flat 7 at the last minute. That whole little melody repeats again an octave lower. B flat minor, A minor 7, D9, G7. That's kind of a nice voicing. And that's a little intermittent G flat 7 leading into the G7. G minor 7, C7, B half diminished, B flat minor 6, sort of F over A flat diminished, G minor 7, G flat major 7, with a little move underneath there, getting the flat 5, and then resolving. So that's going chromatically downwards. On an F major 7. So that's the story on that. A lot of changes, but super fun to play. And again, if you have an interest and want to look at the details, the sheet music, if you look at the link below, the sheet music with tab, it's all spelled out there, and it might be a way to help out. Thanks for watching.